Okay, in tutorial 3, designing a web page with CSS, we're going to be creating a website for a rural farm called Sunny Acres. Tammy Nielsen and her husband Brent live and work at Sunny Acres, a 200-acre farm near Council Bluffs, Iowa. Over the past 25 years, the Nielsen family has expanded the farm's operations to include a farm shop, which sells fresh produce, baked goods, jams, jellies, and gifts. Pick Your Own Garden, which operates from May through October and offers great produce at reduced discounted prices, a petting barn with over 100 animals, and the opportunity to bottle feed the baby animals, a corn maze with over 4 miles of twisting trails through harvested cornfields, and a Halloween festival featuring the corn maze haunted with dozens of spooky effects and tricks. The farm also hosts special holiday events during the winter. Tammy created a website for Sunny Acres several years ago to make information about the farm easily accessible for her customers. The website has become outdated, so Tammy would like to enliven it with a new design based on the latest elements and styles from HTML and CSS. Tammy's knowledge of HTML and web styles is limited, so she's come to you for help in creating a new look for Sunny Acres website. And you could take a look at pages 138 and 139 at the conclusion of this section of this chapter of this tutorial. These are the things that we will be doing. You can see on the left side there, that's all stuff that is going to be in a cascading style sheet, a CSS file. And on the right side are more, there's some colors that you'll learn about and some other style rules. So take a look at page 140, Introducing CSS. You and Tammy met to discuss her ideas for upgrading the design of the Sunny Acres website. She's created a few sample pages that she wants you to work with. Home, the home page, maze, haunted, petting, and produce. Okay, and you can see this storyboard. Basically, this is the same navigation bar is going to be on every page. That's what that is. So let's go ahead and open these files. Okay, and we want to right click on Haunt TXT right here, open with Notepad. We're going to do the same thing for Home TXT, right click, open with Notepad, Maze TXT, Petting TXT, and produce. Okay, and then it says within each file, go to the comment section at the top of the file and add your name, the date, and the space provided, and then save them as haunted.htm. You know, basically we're getting rid of the txt. So let's go ahead and do that now. So author, your name, date, and then file, save as, and I'm going to save it, this one, as produce.htm. Save, and now it's just produce, okay? And when I point at my notepad down here, I can see that one's done. I'm going to do this one next. Okay, and I got rid of the TXT for those two. I'm going to do it for the rest of these. Okay, so now, number 2, take some time to review the HTML code within each document so that you can understand the structure and content of the file. So I'm just going to go to the home one for now, and I'm going to maximize it. And I'm just going to look through, okay, right now there's no style sheet attached to this, but you can see there's the header section within the body, a nav, a section, and then a footer. Okay, so just the basic ones. All right, so number 3 at the bottom of page 140, open home.htm in the browser. So I'm going to come back over here, home.htm, and view the top of the page. Okay, we're going to click on these to view what they look like, and you can kind of, oh, that one's not found. Okay, and this one is not showing up. It's haunted, so I'm going to make sure I have that page spelled correctly. Saved haunted. That's why I have it haunt instead of haunted. Okay, so I'm going to come here, file, save as, oops, ed period, which if I would have read my directions, I would have seen that it is haunted instead of haunt. So now it should work. Yep. Okay, and I'm going to go back in my folder and get rid of that haunt page so I don't get messed up with that. Okay, now we're on page, we just took a look at some things with the layout and everything, and now page 141. Tammy has already created most of the content for the new and revised pages, but she has not upgraded the website design, and she needs your help with that. In figure 3.3, she sketches the basic design she has in mind, okay? Looks like some 3 H1 headings and a side promotional photo and then a list of links. So to apply this page format, Tammy wants you to design the features available with CSS before starting. You review the history and concepts behind CSS. So if you take a look at the bottom of page, here's the history of CSS, all right? Bear with me. You learned in tutorial 1 that HTML specifies a document's content and structure, but not how that document should be rendered. To render a document, the device displays the page. The device displaying the page needs a style sheet that specifies the appearance of each page element. The style sheet language used on the web is the Cascading Style Sheets language, also known as CSS. The specifications for CSS are maintained by the World Wide Web Consortium, and as with HTML and XHTML, several versions of CSS exist with varying levels of browser support. The first version, CSS1, okay, and they tell you what it all had, you know, fonts, alignment, background colors, and images and margins. CSS1 made it possible to create web pages that had visually interesting and attractive designs and layouts. The second version was introduced in '98 and expanded it to position elements at specific locations on a page, kind of like the aside element or the footer element. Clip and hide element content, design styles for different output devices, including printed material and rule devices, control the appearance and behavior of browser features such as scroll bars and cursor movements, okay? An update, CSS 2.1 was introduced in 2002. It cleaned up minor errors, okay? And then there's CSS 3, which further expanded the design tools available to web authors, currently still in a working draft. CSS 3 adds styles for enhanced text effects, including drop shadows and web fonts, semi-transparent colors and overlays, column-based layout, rounded borders, drop shadows, and box outlines, transformation of page elements, including scaling, skewing, and rotation. With CSS, as with HTML, web page designers need to be aware of compatibility issues that arise, not just among different versions of the language, but also among different versions of the same browser. Although it's tempting to always apply the latest and most exciting features of CSS, you should not create a situation where users of older browsers will not be able to view your web pages. That's really important. Browser extensions. Not content to wait for the W3C's final specification. Several browser manufacturers are creating their own extensions into the CSS language. Many of these extensions have been incorporated into the CSS3 specification. By putting forward their own extensions, these vendors are able to test and debug new styles that are still in the development stage with CSS3. You can use these browser extensions as long as you realize that they may not be supported by other browsers and you do not make their use crucial to your page's readability. So don't count on them because they're untested.